Hey guys, Philly Pipe Smoker here. Smoking my Mark Tinsky. You know, I looked at his website, and I think this is basically a 2012 Christmas pipe. I'd asked for a flake pipe, and I think this is about the size and shape of the flake pipe, or the Christmas pipe. He has a new one coming out, by the way. If you amsmoke.com or americansmokingpipe.com. I think if you Google his website in the next couple of days or so, they're going to have the 2013 Christmas pipe up. It's he's been doing, I think, 25, 30 years, some ridiculous amount of time. But he had trouble with the stamp. He had ordered a couple of stamps, and they kept coming in wrong, and he's waiting for the third version. I guess the guy's not real happy with making a third version, so. And in it, I am smoking Peter Heinrich's Dark Strong. Go figure. And I am smoking my pipe today, matches style. No clenching for me. Had to have a crown put on this week, so been chewing on one side because it's a temporary crown. I guess it's kind of, I guess it's plastic. I don't know. But they tell you don't chew any, don't even chew carrots because it can crack. All I know is with insurance coverage, it's $500 later, and I still have a piece of plastic in my mouth. I certainly don't want to forget because it's. I'm sure I can hear a crack in my head now. John, if you are watching, I love your videos, by the way. You're a classy guy. So I was doing some reading up on Kentucky Dark Strong tobacco, or Kentucky Fired tobacco, I guess is a better term. And apparently, they picked the tobacco, obviously. They usually put it in barns to dry. If you've ever seen some of One Man Smoke's videos at, I think it's Trimble Tobacco. If you haven't, you want to go back and watch them because they're pretty interesting. It's just basically guys moving tobacco around, but I found it to be interesting. And these barns are slotted to let air flow through. And after the tobacco dries, they bring it down, they grate it, take it off to the auction, and I guess it gets graded again and then sold. Dark Fired Kentucky. They actually build fires in the barn, obviously on the floor. And I'm assuming it's not a roaring fire. Obviously, it's a smoldering fire, so it heats, creates a lot of smoke, almost like if you're smoking meats. If you've ever done that. So depending upon the amount of heat, the time, and the type of wood or sawdust, I understand sometimes they use sawdust, maybe every time, affects the flavor of the tobacco. Also, apparently, not unlike Latakia, or Latakia, as Northwestern pipe smoker would say. Although apparently, for Latakia, they use animal dung as the fuel source for the smoking of the tobacco, which gives it that rather unique dungy flavor. So I was able to purchase a couple more tins of the Peter Heinrich's Dark Strong this past week, and I was running low, so I'd open one of the new tins up and found the tobacco looks a lot different than it did. if you're familiar with Peter Heinrichs, they call it a broken flake, and sometimes it comes in that way. But this basically is a half of a flake. And you would have a little bit more of the lighter tobacco, I assume the Virginia, and then you would have another band like this on top. Depending upon how the thing was packed, how it was shipped, they sometimes break apart. But if you can look at how dark the dark Kentucky is, the new tobacco is different. Now you're probably going to look at this and say, clinching. You're probably going to look at this and say you're a nut. It doesn't look any different, but it really does. If you can see, there's a lot lighter bits in the dark. Now, what's the difference, you say? You ask. It's a different tin note. Not in a bad way. I actually can smell more wood in the new batch. I really couldn't smell any wood in the old batch, or the older tobacco. It's got a phenomenal tin note, but the new batch is definitely different. And this is the second time I've had a bowlful of it. It definitely is a little different. The room nuts, it's a little more. The Virginia is a little more prominent because I think that Kentucky's not quite fired as dark. So you get a little more of the hay flavor in the tobacco. Certainly not bad. But I may actually put this tobacco away and let it age a little bit, because I do like the other tobacco just a little bit better. Haven't posted a video in a long time, probably a month. Been watching tons of videos. Been extremely busy at work. Been out to California for a week. Just had gone through audit this week at our business. Trying to get back to the normal grind next week. Videos have been fantastic. I want to thank Guy Witherspoon for a shout out in one of his last videos. Guy made a comment that he's sitting there all alone in his living room smoking a pipe, and kind of made me sad, if you want to know the truth. And so I made a comment back that he really isn't alone. He's smoking a pipe with all of us here, and I think he enjoyed that, and hopefully made him feel a little bit better. A lot of us smoke pipes alone because people don't like to be around when you smoke, or we're kind of ostracized in some respects. You even have a hard time smoking in public anymore. People just look at you and give you funny remarks. Even when I'm sitting on the front porch, people walk by and sometimes they'll grunt or harumph or whatever. So Smoking Briar's been making some good videos. He moved back to North Carolina, made a great one on the Smoky Mountains. I enjoyed that. Kevin, Louisiana Pipe Smoker 1965. I'm going to miss a ton of people. He made some great videos. Obviously, Father Francis, Holy Smoking Pipe Padre, has made some great videos. In fact, I have a couple that I put in Watch Later because they were 28, 30, 32 minutes, whatever, and I just didn't have the time to watch them, so I'll have to go back and watch them. And the whole, a lot of the people over in Great Britain and overseas, Pipe and MG, ADZ made a couple which I haven't seen yet. I put those in my Watch Later. And a very, very warm welcome to all my pipe friends. He's made some fantastic videos. Keith Graham has not been making as many videos. Made a few. Had some great box openings, some great tobaccos. I like to see that because I like to see that people are sharing their tobaccos. They'd rate Rachel Campbell. Make some great. In fact, they did a great video of up at his dad's cabin, and they're just sitting around the campfire cooking sausages and eating cheese and drinking some beers and smoking pipes. And the way he had the camera positioned, I actually felt like I was sitting there with him. So I appreciate that, guys. Anyway, that's all I had for today. Just kind of wanted to check in with everybody. Hope everyone is well. Coming up on the Christmas season. Thanksgiving will be here in a couple of weeks. That'll be gone before you even know it. So, guys, I appreciate it. Have a great week, and talk to you soon.